Thanks, Michael. We have something delicious and healthy for you on the menu this morning. Cindy Ross of Bodies by Cindy shows us how to make miniature turkey loaves.
This morning we are in the kitchen with Cindy from Bodies by Cindy, and we are cooking something very healthy today. Thank you for joining us.
Hi, thanks Trish for having me.
Of course. Now talk to us about why you got into the healthy lifestyle you're in now and why you started cooking so healthy.
I started cooking healthy and I adopted the healthy lifestyle about 10 years ago when I got diagnosed with arthritis, and I learned that the foods that I eat affect my immune system. And then about 4 years ago, I got up to 220 pounds, so I really went in and
That's
critiqued my
unbelievable.
diet.
You're so little and you're in such great shape. It's so unbelievable to think that, but it's all part of eating healthy and exercising.
It is. Nutrition is 85% of it. It's what you put in your body. Food is fuel, and that's what I tell my clients.
And you're going to make sure we put something healthy in our body with this recipe.
Yeah, there's so many different options that I can give you guys for Christmas, and I'm just super excited to share our recipes with you.
What are we making today? We're
going to make miniature turkey loaves. It almost tastes like a meatloaf, but it's with ground turkey. We're going to have a half a cup of diced up onions, mozzarella cheese, and we're going to do a half a cup of oatmeal as like breadcrumbs. Most people use breadcrumbs. We're going to use oatmeal.
Interesting.
Yeah, and then for our brown sugar, for the topping, usually you have like a ketchup type sauce on your topping of your loaves. Well, we're going to do ketchup, a little bit of mustard, the Splenda brown sugar, and Splenda in substitute for the sugar. And we have a pound of ground turkey and milk and 1 egg.
All right. And then so we're going to get ready to get started. And coming up, we're going to show you how to make turkey loaves.
Sounds great, ladies. Here's a look at the recipe on our Studio 10 webpage. We'll check back in with Cindy and Cherish in just a little bit. Cindy just said being healthy, 85% of it is what you put into your body. Today I had half of a cheese pizza for breakfast.
Dude, that is awesome.
Yes.
Good for you, man.
High five.
High five. I was going to get fist bump.
We are back in the kitchen this morning with Cindy from Bodies by Cindy, and we are cooking something very healthy. We're cooking turkey loaves today. Talk to everybody, what do you need if you're going to make a turkey loaf before we get started?
Okay, turkey loaves, it just requires a pound of turkey, ground meat, and then you're going to have an egg, a half a cup of onions, half a cup of mozzarella cheese. You're going to do a half a cup of oatmeal in place of breadcrumbs. And then this is our topping that we're going to do once we bake the turkey loaves for 25 minutes. And that includes your brown sugar, Splenda, mustard, and ketchup.
All right, what do we need to do first?
Okay, first of all, we need to go ahead and pour the milk in with the egg, and we're going to mix it really well.
Just 1 egg?
Yep, just 1 egg. And we're going to mix it really well. And then we're going to go ahead and add in your oatmeal.
Okay.
And keep stirring. And then your half a cup of mozzarella cheese.
Okay, now is that low fat?
It is low fat mozzarella cheese. Mozzarella cheese is normally one of the best cheeses. That and feta as well.
Okay. Good for me. I love mozzarella and feta.
We are going to just do half of the onions. Onions are just kind of for taste, so it's whatever your preference is on the onions.
All right.
Okay, so we're going to mix really well. And then what we're going to do is we're going to dump right in here.
Okay.
It's a really easy recipe, I mean, you have a few ingredients, and then it's just pretty much a mixture, and then we're just going to form it into the miniature loaves.
Okay, now how many people will this feed, this recipe?
It's going to feed, and what's great about the miniature loaves is it is 1 serving size. Okay, so you know how much to eat, and that's what's really important is the serving size. This is going to feed about 7 to 8 people.
Wow.
So, that is if you do not overindulge for the holidays.
Absolutely.
Okay,
and
so
of
we're
course,
just going to
you're all about keeping in shape with Bodies by Cindy, and you actually have a boot camp class.
Yeah, I have a boot camp. We have an outdoor boot camp that we do at 2 different parks in Mobile, and then we also have a personal training studio that we opened up in the fall as well. And personal training is, in the studio, that's when we really get in tune with your nutrition. We change your meal plan up every week and a half and make sure that you're putting in your body good fuel.
Right. Because you get out what you put in,
you do.
Right?
You get out what you put in. That's exactly right. All right, I think this is just about ready.
Okay, and we're going to put it in here?
We are. We're going to put that in there.
Let's bring this over.
All right, this is the fun part, and you're not even helping me on this.
Oh, this is where you get your hands messy.
So you're going to form up a loaf about the palm of your hand, and this is a good serving size always, even when you're eating any type of meat or vegetables or carb, you're going to, serving size of your hand is the way to tell how much you should have.
Okay.
Okay, so here.
Scoop it right into your hands.
You're going to scoop it in. I'm going to add a little bit more to it. Here.
Kind of like you're making a hamburger patty.
Kind of. You're not going to knead it as much as like a hamburger.
Okay.
And then you're just going to form it. You don't even have. There's enough of the turkeys on oil that you do not have to grease the pan.
Oh.
Okay. So you just want to just kind of fluff it up just a bit.
Okay.
Okay. And we're going to make just a few of them. I don't think all of them are going to fit on this Pyrex.
Okay.
Okay.
About the same size of your hands.
And it's okay, about 1.5 inches apart, 2 inches apart is fine. It's not like cookies and they're not going to go right into each other. And you want to be sure not to dry these out when you're cooking them, so make sure that you're watching when they turn brown. About 20-25 minutes into it is when you want to add your topping, and we'll go over that as well.
Okay, so let's talk about that now. As you're making, you're going to put these in the oven once they're finished for 25 minutes, and then what?
25 minutes, and then we're going to pull them out, and then we're going to put the mixture of the ketchup, mustard, Splenda, and brown sugar on top of it, and that kind of serves as like the ketchup that's usually on like a meatloaf.
Okay.
And then if you want to get really healthy, you can add diced tomatoes instead of this, and a few more onions, and most, kind of like oregano, and just do all healthy vegetables on top as well.
Okay.
Do that.
Well, we're going to let you finish making these. We're going to put them in the oven for 25 minutes, and then when we come back, we're going to see how they turn out.
Great. Thank you.
All right, thanks, ladies. Get ready to pack your bags. We are talking about cruise.
We're finishing up our turkey loaves this morning with Cindy from Bodies by Cindy. We are eating healthy and cooking healthy.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. There's so many different alternatives that you can do to the regular holiday recipes that everyone always cooks year after year after year. So I'm excited to change things up a bit.
Excited to learn about turkey loaves. Now, after you put your turkey loaves in the oven for 25 minutes, you need to pull them out and make a sauce that goes on top.
Yeah, the sauce is going to be 2/3 cup of ketchup. And that's good enough. And then it's just going to be a tablespoon, actually a teaspoon of mustard.
Okay.
And then we're going to do, brown sugar. I use the Splenda brown sugar because it is a little bit healthier. But you can do it for taste. Some people tend to use a little bit more. I use about 2 tablespoons. Right. And then as far as the Splenda for sugar, I do the same.
Okay.
Okay, I won't use all that. Also, I didn't mention about the salt and pepper. I normally don't use salt. Okay, salt, I always have. It is bad. I have my clients. There's enough sodium in food without adding to it. So I'm a pretty plain Jane person. I don't add a lot of spices, but salt and pepper to taste on any of this. Just try to watch your sodium intake.
Now, what about pepper? Pepper's okay, right?
Pepper's fine. You can pepper it up
Love pepper.
as long as it's not too spicy hot.
Okay, so you're just going to stir this sauce
just
around.
Stir it up, and it's going to look like ketchup when I'm done. It has a little bit of a tangy, sweet, bitter taste. It has many different flavors in it.
So you're going to spoon that on top of your turkey loaves that have cooked for 25 minutes, and then you're going to put them back in the oven.
Correct. You're just going to cover them, make sure it's a nice covering, it covers all of the top of it. You don't want it dripping over the sides because it's just going to burn on the pan.
Okay, so put them back in the oven for 15 minutes, and after that, this is what they're going to look like when they come out. So these are already garnished with the sauce. We've been cooking them. We have some more in the oven that are still cooking from earlier.
Yes.
This is the finished product.
It is.
And you're going to garnish with...
We're going to do some parsley, just, around it, just kind of make it more festive for Christmas. And I'll just take a few of these over here. And chop them. Make sure I don't cut my finger.
Please don't do that.
That would be really bad.
Yes, that would be horrible.
So we can just, spread it around.
And make it pretty.
Just make it a little festive.
For the holidays, red and green.
Exactly. And that's it. That's as simple as is. I always tend to think that if you have really simple, healthy recipes, you'll do them over and over and over again. If you throw a lot of ingredients in, you're going to tend not to use them for the next year.
All right.
And I really want everyone eating healthy.
Absolutely. Sounds like a good idea to me. Turkey loaves, everybody.
All right, thanks a lot, ladies. Remember, you can get the recipe on our Studio 10 webpage. Just go to the fox10tv.com, or just type that in, I guess. You don't have to necessarily go to that. Click on the Studio 10 tab to find that delicious, nutritious recipe. Up next.